Hello, everyone. Today, I want to talk about something very important. We will talk about how to start talking in English. Step by step. Many people want to speak English, but they do not know where to begin. They know some words. They understand some sentences. But when they want to speak, they become quiet. Maybe you feel the same way. You want to say something, but your mind becomes empty. You feel nervous. You think, what should I say? Do not worry. This is normal. You can learn to talk in English. You do not need to learn everything in one day. You only need to take one small step at a time. The first step is very simple. Start with the words you already know. Do not wait until you know thousands of words. Many learners make this mistake. They think, first, I must learn more vocabulary. Then I will start speaking. But speaking is not something you should wait for. You should start speaking now. Maybe you know only simple words like hello, good, happy, food, home, work, friend, or family. That is enough to begin. You can make small sentences. You can say, hello, my name is Ollie. You can say, I am happy today. You can say, I like my family. These sentences are small, but they are English. When you speak them, you are practicing. I remember a student who wanted to speak English. His name was Sam. Sam knew many English words because he studied from books. He knew words like important, difficult, beautiful, and interesting, but he could not speak. When someone asked him a simple question, he became nervous. One day, he said, I know English, but I cannot talk in English. I told him, you do not need to speak perfectly. Start with one simple sentence. So I asked him, how are you today? Sam was quiet for a few seconds. Then he said, I am good. It was a very simple answer, but it was the beginning. The next day, Sam tried to say more. I asked him, what are you doing today? He said, I am studying English. Then I asked, why are you studying English? He smiled and said, because I want to speak English. Slowly, Sam began to understand something important. Talking in English is not only about knowing big words. It is about using the words you already know. He stopped waiting for the perfect moment. He started speaking today. He made mistakes, but he continued. Every day, his English became a little better. So if you want to talk in English, start with simple sentences. Talk about yourself first. You know yourself better than anyone. Say your name. Talk about your age if you want. Talk about where you live. Talk about your family. Talk about your work or your studies. For example, you can say, my name is Sarah. I live in Pakistan. I am learning English. I have a small family. I like reading books. These are easy sentences, but they help you begin speaking. When you can talk about yourself, you will feel more confident. Another good way to start is to talk about your daily life. Your daily life is full of simple English. In the morning, you can say, I am waking up. Then you can say, I am brushing my teeth. You can say, I am making breakfast. Maybe you go to work. Say, I am going to work. Maybe you stay at home. Say, I am at home today. The important thing is to connect English with your real life. When you do this, English becomes more natural. At first, you may talk to yourself. That is okay. You do not need another person every time. You can stand in front of a mirror and speak. Look at yourself and say, "Hello, how are you today?" Then answer, "I am fine. I am learning English today." You may feel strange in the beginning, but do not worry. This is a very good way to practice. You can speak freely. You do not need to be afraid of mistakes. You can stop, try again, and repeat your sentences. Let me tell you about a girl named Nora. Nora was very shy. She wanted to speak English, but she did not have an English-speaking friend. She thought she could not practice. Then she started talking to herself every day. In the morning, she talked about her plans. In the evening, she talked about her day. She said, "Today I went to the market. I bought some fruit. Then I came home and made tea." Her sentences were not always perfect. Sometimes she forgot words. Sometimes she used the wrong word. But she did not stop. She continued speaking. After a few weeks, Nora noticed something. English words started coming into her mind more quickly. Before, she had to translate every sentence. Now, some simple sentences came naturally. She could look at a cup and think, "This is my cup." She could look outside and think, "The weather is beautiful today." She was beginning to think in simple English. This happened because she used English every day. She did not only study English, she talked in English. This is the next important step. Do not only learn English, use English. Imagine you learn the word hungry. Do not only write the word in a notebook. Use it. Say, "I am hungry." Learn the word tired and say, "I am tired." Learn the word excited and say, "I am excited today." Every new word becomes more useful when you speak it. Words are like tools. A tool is useful when you use it. English words are the same. Use them again and again. You can also ask yourself simple questions. This is a great speaking exercise. Ask, "What is my name?" Then answer. Ask, "What do I like?" Answer, "I like music." Ask, "What am I doing?" Answer, "I am practicing English." Ask, "What did I do today?" Then give a simple answer. You can ask many questions. What is my favorite food? Where do I want to travel? What am I learning? What makes me happy? Every question gives you a chance to speak. Do not worry if your answers are short. Short answers are good when you are a beginner. For example, someone asks, "Do you like coffee?" You can say, "Yes, I do." Then later, you can say, "Yes, I do. I drink coffee every morning." After more practice, you may say, "Yes, I do. I drink coffee every morning because it helps me feel fresh." This is how you grow. You start small, and then you add more words. Another important thing is to repeat simple sentences many times. Repetition helps your mouth become comfortable with English. Choose a sentence like, "I am learning English every day." Say it slowly. Then say it again. "I am learning English every day." Repeat it 10 times. Listen to your voice. Try to speak clearly. Then choose another sentence. "I want to speak English with confidence." Repeat that sentence too. The more you repeat, the easier speaking becomes. Some learners are afraid of repeating easy sentences. They think, I already know this sentence. Why should I say it again? But repetition is very powerful. You may know a sentence in your mind, but your mouth also needs practice. Knowing English and speaking English are not exactly the same thing. You need to train your mouth. When you repeat simple sentences, your mouth learns how to move. Your brain learns how to build the sentence faster. Think about learning to walk. When a baby starts walking, the baby does not run. First, the baby stands. Then the baby takes one small step. Maybe the baby falls. Then the baby stands again. Slowly, the baby learns to walk. Speaking English is similar. First, speak one sentence. Then, speak two sentences. Make mistakes if you need to. Then try again. One day, you will speak more easily, but you must take the first step. Do not compare yourself with people who speak English very well. 8. Maybe you watch a video and see someone speaking fast. Maybe your friend speaks English better than you. Do not feel bad. Everyone starts somewhere. The person who speaks English well today was also a beginner one day. They also made mistakes. They also forgot words. They also felt nervous. Your job is not to be better than everyone else. Your job is to be better than you were yesterday. You can make a small daily speaking habit. For example, practice for 5 minutes in the morning. Talk about your day. Then practice for 5 minutes at night. Talk about what happened. That is only 10 minutes. You do not need hours of practice every day. The most important thing is to practice regularly. 5 minutes every day is better than 1 hour once a month. Small practice becomes a strong habit. You can also use objects around you. Look at something and describe it in English. Look at a table and say, this is a table. It is brown. Look at your phone and say, this is my phone. I use it every day. Look out of the window and say, the sky is blue. You do not need difficult sentences. The goal is to make English part of your everyday life. One day, you may forget a word. That is normal. Do not stop speaking. Try to explain the word with simple English. For example, maybe you forget the word umbrella. You can say, it is something we use when it rains. Maybe you forget the word hospital. You can say, it is a place where doctors work. You do not need to know every word to communicate. Use the words you know. This is very important. When you are talking, do not stop because you are searching for a perfect word. Keep going with simple words. Communicate. If people understand your message, you are doing something good. You can improve your grammar and vocabulary step by step. But first, open your mouth and speak. Remember Sam. He started with I am good. Remember Nora. She started by talking to herself. They did not become confident in one day. They became confident because they practiced. You can do the same. Today, say one sentence in English. Tomorrow, say 2 sentences. Then try 3. Slowly, your speaking will grow. Talking in English step by step is possible. You do not need to be perfect. You do not need to know everything. Start with simple words. Make small sentences. Talk about yourself. Talk about your daily life. Ask yourself questions. Repeat useful sentences. Practice every day. Most importantly, do not be afraid to speak. Your first step may be small, but it is still a step forward. So take that step today. Open your mouth and say something simple in English. Say, hello, my name is, I am learning English. That is enough to begin. Your English journey is not about being perfect. It is about moving forward, one sentence, one conversation, and one small step at a time. Chapter 2. Learn to make simple conversations. We will learn how to make simple conversations. Speaking English is not only about saying words. It is about sharing ideas with other people. It is about asking questions, giving answers, and keeping a conversation going. You may think conversations are difficult, but they can start with very small steps. Let me tell you something important. You do not need to speak for a long time to have a conversation. A conversation can begin with just one question. You can say, "How are you?" The other person can answer, "I am fine." Then you can say, "That is good." This is a small conversation. It may only have a few sentences, but it is real English practice. Many good conversations begin with simple questions. When you meet someone, you can start with a greeting. You can say hello. You can say hi. Then ask, "How are you?" The other person may say, "I am good, thank you. How are you?" You can answer, "I am good too." Now you have started talking. It is simple, but it is useful. You do not need to use difficult words to begin. Simple English can open the door to a longer conversation. After the greeting, you can ask another question. You can ask, "What is your name?" The person may say, "My name is Adam." Then you can say, "Nice to meet you, Adam." Adam may say, "Nice to meet you too." You can then ask, "Where are you from?" Maybe Adam says, "I am from Pakistan." You can answer, "That is nice. I am from Pakistan too." Now the conversation is growing step by step. This is the important idea. Ask one question. Listen to the answer. Then say something. After that, ask another simple question. You do not need to plan a whole conversation before you start. Just take one step at a time. Think about talking like walking. You take one step, then another step, and then another. A conversation works in the same way. One sentence can lead to another sentence. I remember a student named Leo. Leo wanted to speak English with people, but he was afraid of conversations. He said, "I do not know what to say after hello." I told him to learn some simple questions. First, he learned, "How are you?" Then he learned, "What is your name?" After that, he learned, "Where are you from?" He practiced these questions every day. One day, Leo met a new person in an English class. At first, he felt nervous. He wanted to stay quiet. Then he remembered his simple questions. He said, "Hello." The other person said, "Hello." Leo asked, "What is your name?" The person answered, "My name is David." Leo said, "Nice to meet you, David." David smiled and asked Leo the same question. Slowly, they started talking. Leo was surprised. He had a real conversation. The conversation was not perfect. Leo made some mistakes. Sometimes he stopped and thought about the next word, but David understood him. Leo learned an important lesson that day. A conversation does not need to be perfect. You only need to be willing to try. If you wait for perfect English, you may wait for a very long time. But if you start with simple English, you can improve while you are talking. Listening is also very important in a conversation. Do not only think about what you want to say. Listen carefully to the other person. When someone speaks, try to understand the main idea. You do not need to understand every word. Listen for the important words. Taught or they're forced to qualify. If someone says, I work in a hospital, you can understand that the person works at a hospital. Then you can ask, do you like your job? This is a natural next question. You can use the other person's answer to help you continue the conversation. Imagine someone says, I like reading books. You can ask, what kind of books do you like? Maybe they say, I like stories. Then you can say, I like stories too. Or you can ask, what is your favorite book? You do not need to think of something completely new every time. Listen to what the person says and ask about it. This is a very helpful skill. It makes conversations easier. For example, someone says, I have 2 children. You can ask, how old are they? Someone says, I like football. You can ask, what is your favorite team? Someone says, I like cooking. You can ask, what do you like to cook? The person gives you the next topic. You only need to listen and show interest. Another useful habit is to learn simple conversation phrases. You can say, really? When something surprises you. You can say, that sounds nice. You can say, I understand. You can say, me too. You can say, that is interesting. These short phrases are easy, but they help you sound more active in a conversation. Imagine someone says, I went to the beach yesterday. You can say, really? That sounds nice. Then ask, did you have fun? The other person may say, yes, I had a great time. You can continue by saying, I like the beach too. This is how simple phrases can help you keep talking. You can also practice conversations alone before talking to another person. Imagine that you are meeting someone new. Ask yourself questions and answer them. Say, hello. What is your name? Then answer, my name is Ung. Ask, where are you from? Then answer. Ask, what do you do? Then answer. This practice helps you prepare for real conversations. You can stand in front of a mirror and play both parts. First, you are the person asking the question. Then, you are the person giving the answer. It may feel funny, but it is useful. You can practice different conversations about your family, your work, your hobbies, your food, or your daily life. The more you practice simple conversations, the more natural they will feel. Let us look at a simple conversation. One person says, hello, how are you? The other person says, I am good, thank you. How are you? The first person says, I am good too. What are you doing today? The other person says, I am studying English. The first person says, that is great. Do you study every day? The other person says, Yes, I try to study every day." Do you see what happened? The conversation started with one simple question. Then each person listened and responded. Nobody needed difficult words. Nobody gave a long speech. They simply shared one idea at a time. You can do this too. Sometimes you may not understand the other person. Do not panic. You can ask them to repeat. You can say, "Can you say that again, please?" You can say, "Can you speak slowly, please?" These are very useful sentences. Never be afraid to ask for help. Asking someone to repeat is better than pretending you understand. You can also say, "I do not understand." There is nothing wrong with this sentence. You are learning. Most people will understand and try to help you. You can say, "I am learning English." Can you speak slowly? This can make you feel more relaxed. Another important step is learning how to answer with more than one word. For example, someone asks, "Do you like movies?" You can simply say, "Yes," but try to say a little more. Say, "Yes, I do. I like action movies." If they ask, "What is your favorite food?" Instead of saying only rice, you can say, "My favorite food is rice. I eat it often." Small extra details can make your conversation longer. You do not need to give a long answer, but just add one more sentence. This is a simple way to improve your speaking. One word can become one sentence. One sentence can become two sentences. Two sentences can become a small conversation. Slowly, you will feel more comfortable. Try not to be afraid of silence. Sometimes you may need a few seconds to think. That is okay. Even native English speakers sometimes stop and think. You can use simple phrases like, "Let me think," or "That is a good question." These phrases give you time. You do not need to answer immediately. Leo learned to use this idea. Before, he became afraid when he needed time to think. He thought he had to answer very quickly. But then he learned to say, "Let me think." This made him feel calmer. He could think about his answer and continue speaking. Slowly, he stopped feeling afraid of small pauses. You can also practice talking about common topics. These topics are easy because they are part of everyday life. Talk about food. Say what you like to eat. Talk about your family. Talk about your work. Talk about your hobbies. Talk about the weather. Talk about your day. These topics give you many chances to practice. For example, someone may ask, "What do you like to do in your free time?" You can say, "I like listening to music." Then the person may ask, "What kind of music do you like?" You can answer, "I like slow music." Then ask them, "What about you?" Now the conversation is moving in both directions. The words, "What about you?" are very useful. After you answer a question, you can ask the other person the same question. Someone asks, "Do you like reading?" You can say, "Yes, I do. What about you?" This helps you continue the conversation without thinking of a new question. You should also smile and be relaxed when you practice. A conversation is not an exam. Oh, you do not need to be perfect. You are simply communicating with another person. If you make a mistake, keep going. Do not stop and say, "My English is bad." Instead, Say what you can and continue. Remember, every good speaker was once a beginner. Every confident person once had a first conversation. You are allowed to be slow. You are allowed to make mistakes. You are allowed to forget words. The important thing is that you keep talking. So today, practice one simple conversation. Say hello to someone. Ask a simple question. Listen to the answer. Say something about the answer. Then ask another question. You can start very small, maybe only 3 sentences. Tomorrow, try 5 sentences. Then try a little more. Talking in English is a skill. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. Do not wait for confidence before you speak. Speak first, and confidence will slowly come. Every conversation teaches you something. Every question gives you practice. Chapter 3. Train yourself to think in English. We will talk about thinking in English. Many learners know English words and sentences, but they still find speaking difficult. Why does this happen? Often they first think in their own language. Then they translate the idea into English. This can make speaking slow and difficult. Imagine someone asks you, "What are you doing today?" First, you understand the question. Then you think about the answer in your own language. After that, you try to find every English word. Then you try to put the words in the correct order. This can take a lot of time. Sometimes you know the words, but you cannot remember them quickly. Then you become nervous. The other person is waiting, and you are still trying to translate. This is a common problem for English learners. But there is good news. You can slowly train yourself to think in English. You do not need to think about difficult ideas at first. Start with very simple things. Look around you and name the things you see in English. Look at a table and think table. Look at a door and think door. Look at a book and think book. Then make small sentences. This is my table. The door is open. I am reading a book. These simple thoughts can help your brain become more comfortable with English. You can practice this at any time. When you wake up in the morning, think, I am awake. When you get out of bed, think, I am getting up. When you go to the bathroom, think, I am brushing my teeth. When you make breakfast, think, I am making breakfast. These thoughts, but they are helping you practice English without even having a conversation with another person. Let me tell you about a learner named Adam. Adam wanted to speak English fluently. He studied grammar and learned many words. But when he tried to speak, he always translated. He thought in his own language first, and then he looked for the English words. One day, he decided to try something new. He started describing his day in simple English inside his mind. In the morning, Adam thought, I am tired. Then he thought, I need some water. After breakfast, he thought, I am going to work. At work, he thought, I am busy today. He did not try to make long sentences. He did not try to use difficult grammar. He simply used English for small thoughts. At first, Adam could only think in English for a few seconds. Then his mind returned to his own language. But he continued to practice. After 1 week, he could think in English for a few minutes. After some time, simple English thoughts began to come into his mind naturally. He did not always need to translate. When he felt hungry, his mind sometimes said, "I am hungry," before he even thought about it. This did not happen in one day. It happened because Adam practiced regularly. He learned that thinking in English is a habit. At first, the habit feels new and difficult. But with practice, it becomes easier. Your brain can learn to use English more quickly. You only need to give it time. Another good way to practice thinking in English is to talk about what you see. You can look out of a window and think, "The sun is shining." Maybe you see a bird. Think, "There is a bird." Maybe the weather is cold. Think, "It is cold today." You do not need to say everything out loud. You can begin by thinking silently. Later, you can speak your thoughts. This is a great way to connect your mind and your mouth. First, think, "I am making tea." Then say it quietly, "I am making tea." Look at something and make a sentence in your mind. Then speak the sentence. This small exercise can make speaking easier because you are training yourself to move from an idea to English. You can also use English when you make plans. For example, when you wake up, think about your day in English. Say, "First, I will eat breakfast. Then I will go to work. After work, I will come home. In the evening, I will study English." This is a simple plan, but it gives you many chances to think in English. Before you sleep, think about your day in English. You can ask yourself, "What did I do today?" Then answer with simple sentences. Today I went to work. I talked to my friend. I ate dinner with my family. Then I watched a video. You do not need to remember every detail. Just describe your day with the words you know. This kind of practice is very useful because your life gives you endless topics. You never need to ask, "What should I think about?" Think about what you are doing. Think about what you see. Think about what you want. Think about how you feel. Your daily life becomes your English classroom. You may feel happy and think, "I am happy today." You may feel tired and think, "I need to rest." You may feel excited and think, "I am excited about tomorrow." These are real thoughts. They are useful because you can use them every day. Another important point is that you should not try to translate every word. Every word. Sometimes learners create a sentence in their own language and then try to translate it perfectly. This can be difficult. Instead, try to find a simple English idea. Maybe you want to say something complicated, but you do not know all the words. Do not stop. Say it in a simpler way. For example, maybe you do not know how to explain a difficult idea about your work. You can use simple English and say, "My work is difficult today. I have many things to do." Simple English is still English. You do not need big words to share your meaning. Imagine that you want to say something about being late, but you do not know the exact words. You can say, "I woke up late, so I came late." The sentence may not be perfect, but people can understand you. Later, you can learn better ways to say it. For now, the important thing is to keep communicating. Thinking in English does not mean that you must stop using your first language. Your first language is part of who you are. You can use it when you need it, but during English practice, Give your mind time to use English. Even 5 or 10 minutes of English thinking can help. You can create a small English thinking time every day. For 5 minutes, try to think only in simple English. Look around you. Talk about your plan. Ask yourself questions. Say, hey, what am I doing? What do I need? What do I want to do? Answer the questions in English. At first, you may forget and return to your first language. That is okay. Do not get angry with yourself. Simply come back to English. If your mind starts using your own language, gently say, okay, now I will think in English again. This is part of learning. Another useful exercise is to think in English while doing simple work. If you are cooking, name the things you use. I need a plate. I need a spoon. I am cutting vegetables. If you are cleaning, think, I am cleaning the room. The floor is dirty. Now it is clean. If you are walking, think, I am walking slowly. The road is busy. I see many people. This practice helps English become connected with real life. You are not only studying words in a book, you are using English to understand your world. Slowly, the language becomes more natural. You can also imagine small conversations in your mind. Imagine that you meet a friend. Think, hello, how are you? Imagine the friend answers, I am fine. Then continue the conversation in your mind. You can practice questions and answers before you have a real conversation. This is especially helpful when you feel shy. Maybe you are nervous about talking to someone. Before you meet them, imagine the conversation. Think about some simple questions. How are you? What do you do? What do you like to do? Then imagine your answers. When the real moment comes, you may feel more prepared. Do not try to think perfectly. There is no need to stop every time you make a grammar mistake in your mind. Let the ideas flow. Later, you can learn from your mistakes. During speaking practice, your main goal is communication. You want your mind to create English ideas more quickly. Adam made many mistakes when he started correct, but he kept going. Every week, he noticed something new. He could remember simple words faster. He could answer easy questions more quickly. He could talk for a longer time. His confidence grew because he was using English inside his mind every day. One day, someone asked Adam, "How was your day?" Before, he would have needed time to translate. But this time, he answered, "It was good. I was busy at work. But now I am home, and I feel relaxed." He smiled because the sentence came more naturally. He understood that his small daily practice was working. You can have the same experience. Start with one simple thought. Then try another. Think, I am learning English. Think, I can speak English. Think, I will practice today. Repeat these thoughts in your mind and say them out loud when you can. Froki vid. You do not need to think about difficult topics. Start with your name, your home, your family, your food, your work, and your daily life. Simple ideas are the foundation of better speaking. When simple English becomes easy, you can slowly learn to express bigger and more difficult ideas. Remember, speaking starts in the mind. Before words come from your mouth, an idea comes into your brain. If you train your mind to create simple ideas in English, speaking can become easier. Step by step. Be patient. Do not rush. Practice a little every day. Today, choose a few minutes to think in English. Look around you and describe what you see. Think about your day. Ask yourself simple questions. Answer them in English. When you feel ready, speak some of your thoughts out loud. You may begin with only a few words. That is okay. Every English thought is a small step. Every sentence is practice. Keep going. Keep thinking. Keep speaking. Slowly, your mind will become more comfortable with English. Talking in English step by step is not about doing everything quickly. It is about building one small skill at a time. First, you learn to use simple sentences. Then, you learn to make simple conversations. Now, you are learning to think in English.
Do not wait until
Each
your
step
English is
makes the next
perfect.
step easier. Start using your English now. Look at your life and describe it. Think simple thoughts. Speak simple sentences. Practice every day. Your English does not need to be perfect today. It only needs to keep moving forward. Step by step, your thoughts will become English. Then your English thoughts will become spoken words. And one day, you will look back and see how far you have come. Chapter 4. Listen and repeat to speak better. We will talk about listening and repeating. If you want to speak English better, you need to hear English again and again. Then you need to repeat what you hear. Listening is one of the best teachers. Before a child learns to speak, the child listens. A baby listens to the mother, the father, and other people. The baby hears the same words many times. Slowly, the baby begins to understand. Then the baby starts to repeat sounds. Later, the baby says words and small sentences. English learning can work in a similar way. You listen first. Then you repeat. Slowly, your speaking becomes better. You do not need to listen to very difficult English. In fact, simple English is often better when you are learning to speak. Choose short stories, simple conversations, or English videos for beginners. Listen carefully to one short sentence. For example, listen to someone say, "How are you today?" Do not try to learn everything at the same time. Listen to the sentence. Then stop the audio and repeat, "How are you today?" Say it slowly at first. Listen again. This time, pay attention to how the person says the words. Do they speak quickly or slowly? Where do they pause? Which word sounds stronger? Then try to repeat the sentence again. You do not need to sound exactly like the speaker. Your goal is to practice the sounds and the rhythm of English. Let me tell you about a learner named Jenny. Jenny knew many English words. She could read simple English very well. But when she tried to speak, she was not confident about her pronunciation. She worried about every word. She said, "I know what I want to say, but I do not know how to say it." So Jenny started a simple listening and repeating practice. Every day, she listened to a short English story for 10 minutes. At first, she only listened. She did not stop the audio. She simply tried to understand the main idea. Then she listened again. This time, she stopped after each short sentence and repeated it. She did not repeat the whole story. She only repeated one sentence at a time. On the first day, Jenny felt slow. Sometimes she could not repeat the sentence well. Sometimes she forgot part of the sentence. But she continued. She listened to the sentence again. Then she tried again. Little by little, she began to notice the sounds more clearly. She learned that the word sounds are important. She also learned how English sentences flow together. After a few weeks, Jenny noticed something interesting. She was not only improving her pronunciation, she was also learning useful sentences. Before, she learned single words from a list. She knew the words go, home, and work. But through listening, she heard complete sentences like, I am going home after work. Now she did not only know the words, she knew how the words could work together. This is why listening to sentences is so useful. Words are important, but sentences help you speak. When you hear a useful sentence many times, it can stay in your mind. Later, when you need to say something similar, the sentence may come to you more easily. For example, listen to the sentence, "What are you doing today?" Repeat it many times. Then learn the answer, "I am going to visit my friend." Practice both sentences. Later, you can change the answer. You can say, I am going to work. You can say, I am going to study. You can say, I am going to stay home. One sentence pattern can help you make many new sentences. You can practice this every day. Choose a short sentence. Listen to it. Repeat it. Then listen again. Do not worry about learning 100 sentences in one day. 5 useful sentences can be enough. The important thing is to repeat them until they feel easier. Another helpful method is called shadowing. Shadowing means listening to English and repeating it immediately after the speaker. Imagine that the speaker says, "Today is a beautiful day." You listen carefully and then repeat, "Today is a beautiful day." You follow the speaker like a shadow follows a person. At first, you can pause after every sentence. Later, when you feel more comfortable, try to speak almost at the same time as the speaker. This can be difficult in the beginning, so start slowly. You do not need to be perfect. Just try to follow the English voice. Shadowing can help your mouth become more comfortable with English. It can also help you learn the natural rhythm of the language. Sometimes, English sounds different when people speak naturally. Words may connect. Some words may sound shorter. By listening and repeating, you slowly become more familiar with natural English. You can use videos for this practice. Choose a short video with clear English. Listen to one sentence. Pause the video. Repeat the sentence. Listen again if you need to. Then move to the next sentence. You can repeat the same video for several days. Do not think that listening to the same video again is boring or useless. Repetition is one of the best ways to learn. The first time, you may understand only a little. The second time, you may hear more words. The third time, you may notice how the speaker uses a sentence. Every time you listen, you can discover something new. Jenny had one short English story that she liked very much. She listened to it every day for 1 week. On the first day, she understood the basic story. On the second day, She noticed some new words. On the third day, she started repeating the sentences. By the end of the week, she could tell parts of the story in her own words. She was surprised. She said, "I did not think I could remember so much." But her brain had heard the sentences many times. Her mouth had repeated them many times. Listening and speaking were working together. You can also record yourself after you repeat. Choose a short sentence and listen to a speaker. Then say the same sentence and record your voice. After that, listen to your recording. You may notice some things you want to improve. Maybe you spoke too quickly. Maybe one word was difficult. Maybe your sentence sounded good. Listening to yourself can help you understand your own speaking. Do not be too hard on yourself when you listen to your voice. Many people feel strange when they hear themselves. That is normal. Remember that the purpose is not to find every mistake. The purpose is to learn and improve. You can start with very simple sentences. Say, "My name is I'd." Say, "I am learning English." Say, "I like to read." Say, "I want to speak better." Record these sentences and listen. Then say them again. You may feel more confident each time. Another important thing is to listen with attention. Sometimes we hear English in the background, but we are not really listening. Background listening can still be useful, but focused listening is very powerful. For a few minutes, give your full attention to the English. Ask yourself, what words did I hear? What is the main idea? Can I repeat this sentence? You do not need to understand every single word. Try to understand the general meaning first. Then slowly learn more. You can also learn from simple conversations. Listen to two people talking. Notice how one person asks a question and how the other person answers. For example, one person says, "What do you do?" The other person says, "I work in a shop." The first person says, "Do you like your job?" These small conversations teach you how people connect sentences. After listening, try to repeat the conversation yourself. You can speak both parts. But first, ask the question. Then answer it. Change the answers and make the conversation your own. For example, say, "What do you do?" Then answer, "I am a student." Ask, "What do you study?" Answer, "I study English." This gives you practice with real communication. Do not only listen to individual words. Listen to whole groups of words. For example, instead of learning only the word want, listen to the phrase, "I want to." Then practice different sentences. I want to learn. I want to go. I want to speak English. Learning useful groups of words can help you speak more naturally. You should also repeat sentences out loud. Speaking silently in your mind is useful, but your mouth needs practice too. English speaking is a physical skill. Your lips, tongue, and mouth need to become familiar with English sounds. When you repeat out loud, you are training your mouth. Try not to be afraid of your voice. Speak clearly. You can practice when you are alone. You can practice in your room. You can practice while walking. You can practice in front of a mirror. The more you use your English voice, the more comfortable you can become. At the beginning, you may feel that you are only copying other people. That is okay. We learn many things by copying first. A child copies words from parents. A musician practices songs written by other people. An English learner can repeat good sentences and learn from them. Later, you can use what you hear to create your own sentences. For example, you hear, "I went to the market this morning." Then you can say, "I went to the store this morning." You hear, "I am going to visit my friend." Then you can say, "I am going to visit my family." You learn a pattern, and then you make it your own. Make a small listening and repeating routine. Maybe listen for 5 minutes. Choose 3 sentences. Repeat for each sentence 5 times. Then speak the sentences without looking or listening. This does not need to take a long time. Small daily practice can make a big difference. You can also choose English content that you enjoy. If you like stories, listen to stories. If you like sports, listen to simple English about sports. If you enjoy cooking, watch simple English cooking videos. When you enjoy the topic, listening becomes more interesting. Remember, you do not need to understand everything at once. At first, English may sound fast. That is normal. Listen again. Slow down if possible. Repeat small parts. With practice, your ears will become more familiar with English. Talking in English becomes easier when you listen to good English. Listening gives you examples. Repeating gives you practice. Together, they can help you build stronger speaking skills. So today, choose one short English audio or video. Listen carefully. Pick a few useful sentences. Stop and repeat them. Say them slowly. Say them again. Listen to yourself. Then try to use the sentences in your own life. Remember Jenny. She did not become more confident by waiting. She listened, repeated, and practiced every day. You can do the same. Do not worry about perfection. Focus on small improvement. Every sentence you hear can teach you something. Every sentence you repeat can make your mouth stronger. Every day of practice can bring you closer to speaking English with confidence. Keep listening. Keep repeating. Keep speaking. Talking in English step by step means building your skills slowly. First, you learn to speak simple sentences. Then, you learn to make conversations. After that, you started thinking in English. Now, you are training your ears and your mouth together. Take one small step today. Listen to English. Repeat what you hear. Do it again tomorrow. Slowly, the sounds will become familiar. The words will become easier. Your mouth will become more comfortable. And step by step, you will find yourself talking in English more naturally than before. Chapter 5. Speak every day and build your confidence. We will learn how to speak English every day and build confidence. Many learners know English words and understand simple English, but they still feel afraid to speak. They wait for confidence to come first. But the truth is simple. Confidence usually comes after practice. You do not need to feel confident before you start speaking. You need to start speaking, and slowly, confidence will grow. Think about the first time you tried something new. Maybe you learned to ride a bicycle. Maybe you learned to swim. At first, you were probably not confident. You may have felt afraid. You may have made mistakes. But you continued practicing. After some time, you became better. Then you felt more comfortable. English speaking is the same. You do not become confident by waiting. You become confident by doing. Let me tell you about a learner named Omar. Omar had studied English for many years. He could read simple books. He could understand many English videos. He knew a lot of vocabulary. But when someone spoke to him in English, he became nervous. His heart started beating quickly. He thought, what if I make a mistake? Sometimes. He knew the answer, but he was too afraid to speak. One day, Omar decided to change one small thing. He decided to speak English every day. He did not promise to speak for 1 hour. He did not make a difficult plan. He simply promised himself that he would say something in English every day. On the first day, he practiced for 5 minutes. He stood in front of a mirror and talked about himself. He said, "My name is Omar. I am learning English. I want to speak better." The next day, he talked about his morning. He said, "I woke up early today. I had breakfast. Then I went to work." The day after that, he talked about his family. He said, "I have a small family. I love spending time with them." His sentences were simple, but he spoke every day. After 1 week, Omar noticed that speaking felt a little easier. He still made mistakes, but he was not as afraid as before. After a few weeks, he could speak for a longer time. He learned an important lesson. The more he used English, the less afraid he became. This is why daily practice is so important. When you do something every day, it becomes familiar. At first, speaking English may feel strange. Your mouth may not feel comfortable. Your brain may need a long time to find words. Beat words. But if you practice every day, your brain and mouth begin to work together more easily. You can start with a very simple daily speaking habit. In the morning, speak English for a few minutes. Talk about your plans. You can say, "Today, I am going to work. Today, I will study English. Today, I will call my friend." These are simple sentences, but they prepare you to use English. In the evening, talk about your day. Ask yourself, "What did I do today?" Then answer in English. You can say, "Today was a busy day. I went to work. I talked to my friend. I came home in the evening." You can add more details when you feel ready. This is a wonderful habit because your daily life gives you something to talk about every day. You do not need to search for a difficult topic. Your life is already full of topics. Talk about what you did. Talk about what you saw. Talk about what you ate. Talk about how you felt. Talk about what you want to do tomorrow. You can also give yourself small speaking challenges. For example, on Monday, talk about yourself for 5 minutes. On Tuesday, talk about your family. On Wednesday, talk about your favorite food. On Thursday, talk about your work or studies. On Friday, describe your day. On Saturday, tell a simple story. On Sunday, talk about your plans for the next week. You do not have to speak perfectly during these challenges. The goal is to keep your English active. Every time you open your mouth and speak, you are building a useful skill. Another important thing is learning to accept mistakes. Many learners stop speaking because they are afraid of making mistakes. They think, if I say something wrong, people will laugh at me. But mistakes are a normal part of learning. Nobody learns to speak a language without mistakes. Imagine a child learning to speak. The child says a word incorrectly. Does the child stop speaking forever? No. The child tries again. Slowly, the child learns the correct word. English learners should have the same attitude. If you make a mistake, learn from it and continue. Omar made many mistakes when he practiced. Sometimes he used the wrong tense. Sometimes he forgot a word. Sometimes he said a sentence in the wrong way. But he stopped thinking, I made a mistake. I cannot speak English. Instead, he thought, I made a mistake. Now I can learn something. This changed his confidence. He stopped seeing mistakes as enemies. He started seeing them as teachers. Every mistake showed him something he needed to practice. When you speak English, try not to stop every time you make a small grammar mistake. If you can correct yourself quickly, that is good. But do not spend 5 minutes thinking about one small mistake. Keep your conversation moving. For example, maybe you can learn and improve later. Yesterday, I go to the market. Then you remember that the correct sentence is, yesterday, I went to the market. You can correct yourself and continue. Say, yesterday, I went to the market. I bought some food. That is good practice. Another powerful way to build confidence is to celebrate small progress. Do not wait until you speak perfect English to feel proud. If you learn a new sentence, feel proud. If you speak for 2 minutes without stopping, feel proud. If you start a small conversation, feel proud. Small success gives you motivation. Omar kept a small notebook. Every week, he wrote down what he could do. In the beginning, he wrote, I can introduce myself. Later, he wrote, I can talk about my day. After some time, he wrote, I can have a short conversation in English. When he looked at his old notes, he saw his progress. This made him feel stronger. You can do the same. Keep a simple English progress notebook. Write down what you practiced. You can write, today I spoke for 5 minutes. You can write, today I learned 5 new sentences. Butch, you can write, today I talked to someone in English. These small records can remind you that you are improving. Another important step is to use English whenever you have a chance. Maybe you meet someone who speaks English. Try to say hello. Ask a simple question. Maybe you join an English class. Do not sit quietly every time. Try to say one sentence. Small real-life practice can be very helpful. If you do not have someone to speak with, you can still practice alone. Talk to yourself. Use a mirror. Record your voice. Describe what you are doing. Ask yourself questions and answer them. You can create many opportunities to speak. You can also talk to objects around you. This may sound funny, but it can be good practice. Imagine you are showing your room to someone. Walk. Someone. Say, this is my room. Here is my bed. This is my desk. I keep my books here. Nobody needs to be in the room. You are simply practicing English. Another useful exercise is to tell a simple story. You can tell a story about your day. Start with, this morning, I woke up late. Then continue. I quickly got ready. I did not have much time. I went outside. You can create a small story from your real life. At first, your story may have only 3 or 4 sentences. That is fine. Tomorrow, try to add 1 more sentence. Over time, You will learn to connect your ideas and speak for longer. Do not compare your first day with someone else's 10th year. You may see someone speaking English fluently and think, I will never speak like that. But you do not know how much practice that person has done. Instead of comparing yourself with others, compare yourself with your old self. Ask, can I do something today that I could not do last month? Maybe last month you were afraid to introduce yourself. Today, you can do it. That is progress. Maybe you could only speak for 30 seconds before. Now, you can speak for 2 minutes. That is progress. Confidence grows from evidence. Every time you practice, you give yourself evidence that you can speak. Every time you survive a mistake, you learn that mistakes are not dangerous. Every time you finish a conversation, you become a little stronger. It is also important to speak slowly when you are learning. Do not try to speak very fast. Many learners believe that fast English means good English, but fast speaking is not the goal. The goal, clear communication, is more important. Speak at a speed that feels comfortable. If you need time to think, pause, take a breath, then continue. You can say, let me think. You can say, how can I say this? These phrases are useful. They give you time without ending the conversation. You should also be kind to yourself. Some days you may speak well. Other days, you may feel that you are forgetting everything. This is normal. Learning does not always move in a straight line. Some days are easier, and some days are harder. Do not give up because of one difficult day. Even if you only practice for 2 minutes, do it. Keep your habit alive. Tomorrow is another chance to practice. Omar continued his daily habit for several months. One day, he met an English-speaking visitor. Before, he would have avoided the conversation, but this time he said, "Hello, how are you?" The visitor answered, and they started talking. Omar made some mistakes, but he did not stop. After the conversation, he felt proud. He understood that confidence had not appeared suddenly. It came from many small days of practice. 5 minutes here. A few sentences there. One mistake. One correction. One conversation. All of these small steps had changed him. You can build confidence in the same way. Do not look for one big secret. The secret is simple. Speak today. Speak tomorrow. Speak again the next day. Use simple English. Make mistakes. Learn from them. Continue. Talking in English, step by step, is a journey. Every day gives you a new chance to practice. You do not need to speak for hours. You only need to stay consistent. A few minutes every day can become many hours of practice over time. So start today. Say something in English. Talk about your morning. Talk about your family. Describe your room. Tell a short story. Ask yourself a question and answer it. Do not wait for the perfect moment. Remember, confidence does not come before action. Confidence grows because of action. The more you speak, the more comfortable you can become. The more you practice, the more you can trust yourself. Keep going even when you feel nervous. Keep going even when you make mistakes. Every time you speak, you are taking another step forward. One day, you will look back and remember how difficult speaking English once felt. Then you will smile because you did not give up. Speak a little today. Speak a little tomorrow. Step by step, your fear will become smaller. Step by step, your confidence will become stronger. And step by step, you will become the English speaker you want to be. Chapter 6. Learn useful words and use them in real life. We will talk about learning useful words and using them in real life. EK. Real air. Vocabulary is important when you want to speak English. You need words to express your thoughts. But many learners make a common mistake. They try to learn uncommon shins. They try to learn too many difficult words at one time. They study a long list of words, but after a few days, they forget most of them. They feel sad. Then they feel sad and think that they are not good at English. But you do not need to learn hundreds of difficult words. Learn the words that you can use in your daily life. These are the words that will help you speak. Learn words about your home, your family, your food, your work, your feelings, and your daily activities. When you learn a useful word, you have more chances to remember it because you can use it again and again. For example, imagine that you learn the word tired. Do not only write tired in your notebook. Use it. Say, I am tired. When you come home after a busy day, I am tired. When you come home after a busy day, if you see your friend looking tired, you can ask, are you tired? Now, the word has become part of your life. The same thing can happen with the word excited. You can say, I am excited about my future. You can say, I am excited to learn English. You can ask someone, are you excited? When you use a word in different sentences, you begin to understand how it works. Let me tell you about a learner named Ronnie. Ronnie wanted to speak English, so she tried to learn 20 new words every day. She used a big notebook and wrote long lists. She studied very hard. But there was a problem. After 1 week, she could not remember many of the words. She knew she had studied them, but they did not come to her mind when she wanted to speak. One day, Ronnie decided to change her method. Instead of learning 20 words, she learned 5 useful words. Her first 5 words were hungry, tired, happy, busy, and ready. She did not only read these words, she made sentences with them. In the morning, she said, I am ready. Before lunch, she said, I am hungry. After work, she said, I am tired. When she had many things to do, she said, I am busy. When something good happened, she said, I am happy. At the end of the day, these words felt more familiar. She had used them in real situations. The next week, she learned 5 more useful words. Slowly, her vocabulary began to grow. Ronnie learned something very important. A word is easier to remember when you use it. Writing a word is helpful. But using the word when you speak can make it even stronger in your memory. So when you learn a new word, ask yourself 3 simple questions. What does this word mean? How can I use this word? When can I say this word? These questions can help you connect the word to your life. Let us look at another example. Imagine you learn the word decide. You can say, I decided to learn English. You can say, I need to decide what to eat. You can say, I cannot decide. Now you are not only learning the meaning, you are learning how to speak with the word. Another useful idea is to learn words in small groups. For example, learn words about the morning. More, you can learn wake up, get up, shower, breakfast, and leave. Then make a short story with them. I wake up at 7. I get up and take a shower. Then I eat breakfast and leave my home. This helps the word stay connected. You can also learn words about food. Learn hungry, delicious, sweet, hot, and cold. Then use them. I am hungry. This food is delicious. The tea is hot. The water is cold. You are building vocabulary and speaking practice at the same time. 1. Words are more useful when you learn them inside sentences. If you only learn the word beautiful, you may know its meaning, but not remember how to use it quickly. Instead, learn the sentence, this place is beautiful. Then change the sentence. This flower is beautiful. The sky is beautiful today. One sentence can give you many ideas. You can also keep a small vocabulary notebook. Write down new words, but do not make the notebook too complicated. Write the word and 1 or 2 simple sentences. For example, you can write, proud. I am proud of myself because I am learning English. Then read the sentence and say it out loud. Review your useful words regularly. You do not need to spend many hours. You can look at 5 old words and use them again. Use them again. If you learned hungry last week, say it again today. I am hungry. Repetition helps words stay in your memory. You can also put small English labels around your home. You can write door, table, chair, window, or mirror. Every time you see the object, say the word in English. Then make a sentence. The door is open. The chair is comfortable. I am looking in the mirror. This is a simple way to surround yourself with English. Another good habit is to notice useful words when you listen to English. When you hear a new word, do not always try to remember every new word. Choose the useful ones. Maybe you hear the phrase, I am looking forward to it. This is a useful phrase. You can write it down and practice it. I am looking forward to the weekend. I am looking forward to meeting my friend. Learning useful phrases can sometimes be better than learning single words. People often speak in groups of words. You can learn phrases like, I think so. I do not know. That sounds good. I am not sure. Can you help me? These phrases are simple, but you can use them in many conversations. Imagine someone asks, do you want to watch a movie tonight? You can say, that sounds good. Someone asks you a difficult question. You can say, I am not sure. Someone says something you agree with. You can say, I think so. These small phrases can help you speak more naturally. Do not try to memorize a word and then wait for a perfect chance to use it. Create the chance. If you learn the word beautiful, look around you and find something beautiful. Beautiful. If you learn the word clean, clean something and say, now my room is clean. If you learn the word quiet, find a quiet moment and say, it is very quiet here. Your life is full of English practice if you choose to use it. Every day you see things, feel emotions, eat food, meet people, and do activities. All of these moments can help you learn useful English. Another important point is that you do not need to know every word. Sometimes you may forget a word during a conversation. This is normal. Do not become silent immediately. Try to explain the idea with the words you know. Imagine that you forget the word refrigerator. You can say, "It is the thing that keeps food cold." The other person may understand you. Maybe you forget the word bicycle. You can say, "It has two wheels," and you can ride it. Communication is about sharing ideas. You can use simple English to explain many things. Ronnie learned this during a conversation. She was talking to an English-speaking friend when she forgot a word. Before, she would stop speaking and feel embarrassed. This time, she tried to explain. Her friend understood what she meant and told her the word. Ronnie smiled and said, "I can still talk, even when I forget a word." This was an important moment for her. She understood that forgetting a word does not mean the conversation is over. You can continue. You can use another word. You can describe the thing. You can ask for help. If you do not know a word, you can say, "What do you call this in English?" You can point to something and ask. You can also say, "How do you say this in English?" These questions are useful for learners. Do not be afraid to ask. You can make a small daily vocabulary plan. Learn 3 or 5 useful words or phrases. Use them during the day. Vote. In the evening, try to remember them without looking at your notes. Make new sentences with them. The next day, review the old words and learn a few new ones. For example, today you can learn, "I am looking for," "I am worried about," and "I am proud of." Then make sentences. I am looking for my phone. I am worried about the exam. I am proud of my progress. These phrases can help you express real ideas. The goal is not to have the biggest vocabulary notebook. The goal is to have words that you can actually use. 31. 5 words that you can speak are often more useful than 50 words that you cannot remember. It is also helpful to learn the same word in different situations. Take the word good. You can say, "This food is good." "I feel good today." "You did a good job." "That is a good idea." One simple word can be used in many ways. As your English becomes better, you can learn more difficult words. But do not forget the simple words. Simple words are powerful. Native speakers use simple words every day. Clear English does not always need big words. When you speak, try to use the vocabulary you already know. You probably know more English than you think. The problem is often not knowledge. The problem is using what you know. So start using your words today. Choose 5 useful words. Say them. Write them. Make sentences with them. Look for chances to use them in your daily life. If you make a mistake, learn and continue. Remember Ronnie. She stopped trying to learn huge lists of difficult words. She started learning small groups of useful words. Then she used those words every day. Slowly, Her vocabulary became active. The words moved from her notebook into her conversations. You can do the same. Learn small amounts. Practice often. Repeat useful phrases. Connect English to your life. Do not worry about knowing everything. Talking in English step by step means building your speaking skills slowly. You have already learned to use simple sentences. You have learned to make conversations. You have started thinking in English. You have practiced listening and repeating. You have learned to speak every day and build confidence. Now, you are learning to use useful words in real life. Every new word can help you say something new. Every useful phrase can make a conversation easier. Keep learning, but more importantly, keep using what you learn. Do not let your new words sleep in a notebook. Wake them up. Speak them. Use them. Repeat them. Make them part of your daily life. Step by step, your vocabulary will grow. Your speaking will become easier, and your confidence will become stronger. Chapter 7. Keep going and never give up. In this final chapter, we will talk about one of the most important things of all. We will talk about how to keep going and never give up. Learning to talk in English takes time. Some days you may feel excited. You may learn new words and speak well. You may feel proud of yourself. But on other days, you may feel tired. You may forget simple words. You may make mistakes. You may feel that your English is not improving. These days are normal. Every learner has good days and difficult days. The important thing is not to stop. Many people begin learning English with a lot of energy. They study every day for 1 week or 1 month. Then they feel tired because they are trying to do too much. They want to learn everything quickly. They want to speak perfectly after a short time. But learning English is not a race. You do not need to become perfect tomorrow. You only need to continue moving forward. Think about walking up a long mountain. If you look only at the top, the journey may feel difficult. But if you take one step, then another step, and then another, you slowly move higher. Speaking English is the same. You do not need to complete the whole journey today. Focus on the step in front of you. Let me tell you about a learner named Amir. Amir started learning English because he wanted to speak with more people and understand the world better. In the beginning, he was very excited. He watched English videos every day. He learned new words. He practiced speaking. But after some time, he felt frustrated. One day, Amir tried to have a conversation in English. Shh. He forgot many words. He made mistakes. He became nervous. After the conversation, he felt sad. He said to himself, "Maybe I cannot learn English. Maybe I am not good enough." For a few days, he did not practice at all. Then Amir remembered something important. He thought about the first day he started learning. On that day, he could not speak much. But now he could understand more. He knew more words. He could make simple sentences. He had already improved. He only felt bad because he was comparing himself with people who were much further along in their English journey. So Amir started again. But this time, he changed his goal. He stopped trying to become perfect quickly. He decided to improve a little every day. Some days, he practiced for 30 minutes. On busy days, he practiced for only 5 minutes. But he tried not to stop completely. In the morning, Amir said a few English sentences. During the day, he thought about simple things in English. At night, he listened to a short English story. Sometimes he repeated sentences. Sometimes he talked about his day. His practice was not always long, but it was regular. After some months, Amir noticed a big change. He was not afraid of simple conversations anymore. He could understand more English. He could speak for a longer time. Most importantly, he trusted himself more. He learned that progress does not always come quickly, but regular practice brings change. This is a lesson for every English learner. You do not need a perfect day to practice. Maybe you are tired. Maybe you are busy. Maybe you only have a few minutes. Do something small. Say 5 sentences. Learn one useful phrase. Listen to English for a few minutes. Keep the habit alive. Small practice may not feel important today, but small practice becomes powerful over time. One sentence today may lead to 10 sentences tomorrow. 10 minutes of practice each day can become many hours after several months. Every small effort is building your English. Another important thing is to be patient with yourself. Sometimes you may learn a word and forget it. Do not worry. Learn it again. Forgetting is part of learning. Sometimes you may make the same mistake many times. Keep practicing. Slowly, the correct sentence will become easier. Do not speak badly to yourself. Do not say, "My English is terrible." Do not say, "I will never learn." Your words can affect your motivation. Instead, say, "I am still learning." Say, "I can improve." Say, "I will practice again tomorrow." Be kind to yourself. Imagine you have a friend who is learning English. Your friend makes a mistake and feels sad. Would you say, "You are terrible"? You should stop? Of course not. You would encourage your friend. You would say, "Keep practicing. You are getting better." Give yourself the same kindness. It is also important to enjoy the journey. Do not make English feel like a punishment. Find things you enjoy. If you like stories, listen to English stories. If you enjoy music, listen to English songs. If you like movies, watch simple English movies. If you enjoy talking, find opportunities to have conversations. When you enjoy your practice, it becomes easier to continue. You do not need to use one method all the time. Try different activities. One day, listen to a story. Another day, practice speaking in front of a mirror. Another day, write about your life. Then talk about what you wrote. You can also set small goals. Do not say, "I will become fluent in 1 week." This goal may make you feel disappointed. Instead, set a small goal. Say, "This week I will learn 5 useful phrases." Or say, "This week, I will speak English for 5 minutes every day." Small goals are easier to reach. When you reach a goal, celebrate your progress. You do not need a big reward. Simply feel proud. Say, "I did it." Then choose another small goal. Every small success can give you energy to continue. Remember to look back sometimes. Think about how you were when you started. Maybe before, you could not introduce yourself in English. Now you can. Maybe before you did not understand simple English videos. Now you understand more. Maybe before you were afraid to speak. Now you can say a few sentences without fear. Progress is not always easy to see every day. When you look at yourself today and then tomorrow, the change may feel very small. But when you look at yourself after several months, you may see a big difference. This is why you should not give up too early. You can keep a small record of your journey. Once a month, record yourself speaking in English for 1 or 2 minutes. Talk about the same topic each time. Maybe talk about your daily life. Then, after a few months, listen to your old recordings. You may notice that your voice sounds more confident. You may use more words. You may use more words. You may speak for a longer time. You may make fewer mistakes. This can help you see progress that you did not notice before. Do not compare your journey with another person's journey. Everyone learns differently. Some people have more time to practice. Love around English speakers. Some people have different experiences. Your path is your own. Instead of asking, "Why is someone else better than me?" ask, "What can I practice today?" This question is more helpful. You cannot control another person's progress, but you can choose your next step. Another important lesson is to use your English. Even when you feel afraid, fear may never disappear completely before you speak. Sometimes you need to speak while you are still nervous. Your voice may shake a little. You may make a mistake. But after you finish, you will learn something. The next time may feel easier. Then the next time may feel even easier. Courage does not mean you are never afraid. Courage means you do something even though you feel afraid. Amir learned this lesson. At first, he waited until he felt ready to speak, but he never felt completely ready. So he decided to speak anyway. His first conversations were not perfect, but every conversation helped him become stronger. You can start with very small conversations. Say hello. Ask, "How are you?" Answer a simple question. Then try a little more next time. You do not need to speak for an hour. A short conversation is still a conversation. Remember everything you have learned in this journey. Start with simple English. You do not need difficult words to begin. Make small sentences about yourself and your life. Ask simple questions. Listen carefully to other people. Practice thinking in English. Listen and repeat useful sentences. Speak every day. Learn useful words and use them in real life. These steps may seem simple, but simple things can create big results when you practice them regularly. Do not search for one magical secret. The real secret is to keep practicing. Some days you will feel strong. Practice on those days. Some days you will feel tired. Practice a little. Some days you will make mistakes. Learn from them. Some days you will forget words. Keep talking with the words you know. Never believe that one mistake means failure. Never believe that a difficult day means you are not improving. Your English journey is bigger than one mistake and one difficult day. Think about how far you can go if you continue. Imagine yourself after 1 year of regular practice. You may understand more. You may speak more easily. You may feel more comfortable in conversations. But the future begins with what you do today. So do not wait. Do not wait for the perfect time. Do not wait until you know every word. Do not wait until you feel completely confident. Start now. Use the English you already know. Say something today. Think something in English today. Listen to English today. Learn one useful phrase today. Take one small step today. Your journey may be slow, but slow progress is still progress. Every word you speak is practice. Every sentence you make is a step forward. Every mistake teaches you something. Every day you continue, you become stronger. One day, you will have a conversation in English and suddenly realize that you are not thinking about every word. You will simply be talking. You may remember the days when you were afraid to speak, and you will see how much you have changed. But that change will come because you did not give up. It will come because you kept going on the easy days and the difficult days. It will come because you believed that small steps mattered. So believe in yourself. Your English may not be perfect today, but it can become better tomorrow. Keep listening. Keep learning. Keep thinking. Keep speaking. And remember, talking in English is not about sounding perfect. It is about sharing your thoughts, connecting with people, and using your voice. Your voice matters. Your ideas matter. Do not hide them because you are afraid of mistakes. You can speak. You can improve. You can become more confident. Just keep taking one step at a time. And if this chapter helped you feel more confident about talking in English, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new English lesson. Write a comment below and tell me, what is the biggest challenge you face when speaking English? Maybe it is fear, vocabulary, pronunciation, or confidence. Share your answer because your comment can help and inspire other English learners too. Remember, you are not alone on this journey. Keep practicing, keep believing in yourself, and keep speaking English every day. Your journey to better English starts with one sentence, one conversation, and one small step. Take that step today and never stop moving forward.